Hey, everybody. Welcome to the HIT.OR.DIE podcast, episode 68, Bush League 15. We're here with your hosts, Jake Saldati and Chad Rothford, and our normal Bush League crew, minus Andy Underwood. He can't be with us today, but we'll miss him. We got Brian Lappin, Jacques Lamore, and normally on one of the phone calls that we hang up on all the time is Anthony Pedroso. He brought his referee attire today.
Might be his last time ever coming back.
So he's got the whistle if there's some BS going on.
What would Pappy say right now?
He'd love it. He'd love it.
I
Love
doubt
every part
that.
of it. I was going to wear my dad's shoes too, but I didn't.
We can't see
your
those.
barbecue Nike.
They're Air Nike Monarchs, white with blue trim.
The Pete Carroll specials.
They're sick. Grilling shoes.
Yeah. That's exactly what they are.
Grilling shoes.
They're made for the trash.
I just want to boo you right now. So you
Do
blew
it.
a call.
Do it. I don't need my whistle.
I'm glad you brought your mask with you just in case we needed to social distance.
Oh, shit.
You guys are only about 2.5 feet apart, so we apologize.
Yeah, we'll talk straightforward.
Yeah, you got to wear one in the dugout.
Follow the show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. And share. I seen you guys. You've been sharing like crazy, both of you. We appreciate that. The last 3 weeks of shows have been
Really good.
Yeah, the audience it's been awesome. Seems like everybody's coming back. I don't know. It was right when it started. It kind of
everybody kind of was out of their routine.
Yeah.
A lot of people listen to it on the way to work or way home from work. So I think that's why we kind of took a little bit of a hit. But
the last month and a half or so has been really good. So
when you give out the content we give, it's just it's just hard.
Well, for a while I was like, oh yeah, we just maybe we just suck, but no, it's been
Well,
really
I mean,
good.
there are people out there that think that.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it's been good the last month or so. So we appreciate all of that. So getting started with these guys, baseball started, and we haven't really chatted much.
No.
So
I think we're in week 2.
Yeah, week 2. Who's been watching? Who's not watching?
I flipped through the channels.
It's hard to
I
watch.
haven't watched a full game.
The most I watched was the other night when we were all texting. That was because Marcus was pitching. I wanted to see him, so I saw about 4 innings of that game. I watched a couple innings. It's really hard to watch the Giants. And then I've watched some of the Yankees just because Judge is just tearing it up. He's a Fresno State guy. So, but yeah, I can't watch a whole game. I don't know if it's the cardboard cutouts, the fake noise, seeing everybody wear a mask, because that was part of watching it on TV was you getting to see the guys talk to each other and you can read lips and stuff. But it just seems kind of, I don't know, with all the time being off, I just kind of still not there yet.
Droz, are you watching at all?
I watched Walden the other day. I happened to. I just changed it to the channel, and he happened to just come in. He was warming up, so I waited and watched his first outing, or not his first outing, but his first inning wasn't the best. But then the second inning was good.
He got out of it though.
He got out of it. He did. I think he threw 28 pitches though in 2 innings, but it was good. He looked good in that second inning. I'm not watching. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm watching Yellowstone.
Yellowstone is a good show. That if you don't watch,
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you would like it. I think
It's good.
If you like
It's
Kevin
good.
Costner and his movies, it's a great movie.
For the love of the game.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he's a great actor, and that's a great show.
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
My wife and I watched 6 hours of it last night.
I recommend it if you guys want a good show to watch. It's a good show.
We just turned it to the Yellowstone show.
No,
Lap, are you watching any baseball?
I'm not. The only baseball I watched was with you at Tauber's house.
That's it?
That's it.
That was the ending of the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, barely any.
Any reason specifically?
I mean, I'll say it if nobody wants to, because I'm, me, I'll say whatever. I honestly think that sports is an outlet for everybody to get away from all the political stuff and everything going on outside of sports. And when athletes and stuff are bringing that political stuff into the game, it kind of takes away from wanting to watch it. So mainly that's why I've kind of shut down and not been watching as much, because I don't need to turn on baseball and see political stuff going on or why people do things. That's not about that. I don't care. Just play the game You're getting paid to play the game. You're not getting paid to tell me your viewpoint on whatever it is. I don't think that's the right platform to do it. If you want to do it outside on your own time, then that's something else. But
Yeah, while getting paid and then bringing out your opinion.
I mean, my thing, and I'm fine with
Do it on your own time.
yeah,
I'm fine with the people protesting and athletes raising awareness for what they believe in. That's perfectly fine, and that's the way it should be. But when it's before the national anthem, and it's being filmed and it's broadcasted, like at that point, is it really the reason? Why are you don't broadcast it?
Well, when is a game
It's a
ever
look
been
at it's a look at
broadcasted?
me. A look at me. You look at what we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, when has a game ever been broadcasted before the national anthem, or even during the national anthem? Before this
All-Star
year?
game.
All-Star.
Yeah. Or World Series.
All-Star game, World Series.
Super Bowl,
Super
stuff
Bowl.
like that.
But now it's just turning into, it's lost its meaning too. They started, they do the national anthem, but now with everything going on, it's going away from it. So I say, one, stop showing it. Two, do we need the national? I'm as American as they get. I love it. But do we really need to play the national anthem now if everyone's just going to protest? I was shocked. What's today? It's today Tuesday. Sunday, they actually played God Bless America during
Seventh inning?
for somebody's game. I don't know who it was. And I stopped and went, oh, that's pretty cool. But I don't know. I just have I think with not coaching this year, only 11 games, I kind of lost that drive
Little interest
to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does the holdout, or not the holdout, but the back and forth between the MLB
Yeah.
and the players also play a role in why you're watching and not watching?
Yeah, I would say so. It just goes to show that they don't necessarily care about us. It's all about them. It's all about money. And, it's a business. I get it. But we're going out and spending $35 for a hat or $100 for a ticket. They don't care about us. They just want our money. That's it. I mean, it goes to show you that teams are selling cardboard cutouts for $100.
Well, not only that, I have a friend that did one for Oakland, and she said every time they watch an Oakland game, they only scan the ones like Eckersley or the people that probably didn't even
famous
buy
people, yeah.
the
Right.
ones that probably didn't even buy
Right.
a cardboard
Gave it to 'em,
cutout.
yeah.
It's like, why don't you scan the fans that actually paid to have it there? But that's a good point. It's just like, it's just money that they want to try to make as much money as they can off of fans without, really caring about the fans.
When you have the fake noise in the background, the ambiance of the
Yeah.
stadium, and
I think that has a lot to do with it, too, because you turn it on, it's like, oh, there's really no...
Like an inter-squad game.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But plus, when opening day is a big deal, so you get excited all year for it, and then you have that lull until you don't start till July, and you're without baseball. You're like, it wasn't. I mean, with everything going on, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Now you put on this product, and you're like,
well, yeah, you opening day and you
Yeah.
see what the Giants put on the
Oh,
field.
jeez.
Like,
The Giants started two guys wearing number 70 and 71.
it was major league all over again.
Yeah, I was like, but hey, they took
Who
2
are
from
these?
4 against the powerhouse Dodgers.
Who are these fucking guys?
I mean, basically is what it was.
Oh, shoot.
My kind of
And
team.
then they did get Belt and Longoria back.
Yeah.
Longoria back.
But they have Hunter Pence.
You know what they should do? They should just,
John,
you know
you're
what?
over 23.
Let's just bring up Bart. Let's just bring up all our dudes.
Well, then
in
you have
this-
to pay him. You start their. You don't,
Bart is, they can call him up and they don't have to pay him or go to
It won't start, but it won't start as
because they had to wait 5 days or something. They talked the other day.
Yeah,
I was talking to them on the radio.
They'll probably wait. They'll probably wait for next year.
Do
for
you
to
have
bring him up.
anything left for this?
Yeah, it's mostly more of the same. It's all of the above. It's the cardboard cutouts. It's the weird masks that everybody has to wear on the field, and it just and the politics of it all. It's too much for me. I don't know. I mean, I'm more bummed about basketball, not watching basketball than not watching baseball, but it's just
Your reasons for basketball not watching the same as baseball?
yeah, it's the same.
It just seems like AAU games out there.
They're-
Like practice.
well, that and they're just trying to send a message
Yeah.
that not everybody is necessarily wanting to hear. I mean,
Yeah. Not that they're against it. It's
No.
just it's not the time for it.
I want to watch you play.
basketball.
Yeah, well, I'm saying no. I'm
After
saying,
sports.
as a fan, as a person watching, I just want to break. I want to watch you guys,
Yeah.
the best in the world, do what you guys do.
Well, I thought we were gonna have Lappin and Underwood go.
We're getting there.
that's what
We're
he
getting there.
This coming, his
Yeah, we're
knees.
waiting for his knee.
So I was just thinking too. Part of the problem too, people probably aren't watching baseball, is it might get shut down again.
Yeah.
So it's hard to buy into something.
Well, and
when,
I was telling Chad, when we started talking about this during the talks, the back and forth, Blake Snell was talking about putting his life on the line, and then you see that these guys from these different teams are going out to bars or they're going
Clubs.
and it's like, really?
Like they're trying to make it as safe as possible, but they're still not.
I mean, if you're going to do it as safe as possible, they should have done what they originally talked about, kind of like the NBA, the bubble, which is hard, but do it at your spring training facilities. Isn't there like 3 or 5 stadiums? Not stadiums, but fields.
Depends on.
You don't have fans, so it's not like you're worried about any of that. You could do your bubble and play.
It feel like there's more people there.
Yeah, that would have been probably a better move. You can control the atmosphere a little more.
Or limited to bus rides.
Because now here's
you only play.
what's
You don't worry about
minor
National
leagues.
League, American League. Now you know what I mean. Now you just whatever teams are in that vicinity, that's your league,
Right.
And we're just gonna bus to those areas.
You're just doing the grapefruit and the cactus league and go that route.
And everyone making the playoffs pretty much.
What does it say? 16 teams.
16
it's half
teams?
the league.
Yeah. And there's no bye for the team that runs away with it. They could lose a
How
3-game
about-
series.
How about runners on second base in the extra innings?
We're gonna
getting there. We're
gonna
getting there.
ridiculous.
We're gonna get there.
But another thing is though, I want the ability to go watch the game. If you're gonna say I can't go to that game,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it on TV. Like I might not have gone to a game this year, but I might have.
Right.
I mean, I want the ability to go to the game and watch them.
Oh, and what are the Marlins gonna do? Like they have to make up 7 or 8 games
Mm-hmm.
No, they can't.
in a 60-game season.
They start back today, right?
Yeah.
I have that ace on my fantasy team.
So how do you do that? And now they're talking about playing 7-inning doubleheaders.
Oh God, back to
It's all
JUCO.
little league.
I mean, just bang it.
It's just making it worse.
Just bang it.
Yeah, cut it.
Because now you're gonna have guys opting out too.
Oh, it's just
Oh, no.
Cespedes already-
Cespedes, didn't even show up and tell anybody. I read that article last night.
Yeah, he's
More
done.
guys are gonna opt out.
Yeah, I had a good source. I was talking to somebody. I had a good source that they're saying that it's getting to that point. The thing that sucks though, when we talk about like opting out in the season, it's guys like Marcus that he needs this season.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
It's the older player that isn't an established veteran that needs this season and needs the money.
Yep.
Those lower end, the big leaguer guys, they need that money. They need to survive. They're not getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Where if I take an $8 million cut, don't worry, I got $200 million in the bank. Mm-hmm. So that's where it kind of sucks with the opt outs. Is some of these guys really need this and need to play and need to show out. So that's where it's kind of hard. We should be done with it, but some of these guys really need it for their families, and we have to think of that as well.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I've been watching. I haven't watched a ton, but it's difficult. I mean, like I said, the extra noise kind of like there was the
Or even
Yankee
the
game.
announcers like at their houses.
The
You know what I mean?
Giants, the
Like-
Giants' first game where they were against the A's.
The broadcaster.
The broadcast sounded, and I love Krug and Kite, whatever you guys want to say, and listen on the radio, but the broadcast was terrible. It sounded bad. It just wasn't.
Were they not doing it from San Francisco when the game was in LA? They were just watching a monitor.
Watching the monitor.
Or was that the radio? Because there's a radio side and
The
then
radio,
the TV side.
the radio is broadcasting from, what do you call it? Oracle Park.
So they were just watching on TV.
So they're watching on TV, and then the TV side is in studio, so it doesn't sound.
Yeah,
So
they
they're
don't
not,
even-
They're not in their element.
they're not.
Right.
They're not even at the facility.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, they were at. I think they're in San Francisco last night when they're broadcasting the Rockies
Were they?
in Colorado.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, and then you have guys like we were talking about Scott Braun doing announcing. He shouldn't even be doing anything.
Oh,
Who's that? Is that the guy from the MLB network?
Yeah.
Chad's a big fan.
ESPN has been terrible too.
I've
Yeah,
stopped,
A-Rod
I've
was-
stopped watching that.
Well, they're live. You're interviewing like the opening night, Giants Dodgers. Yeah, I turned it on. They're interviewing Kapler during the game, like an actual interview, and then they go to the other side and they interview Dave Roberts while the game's going on. It's not between innings. Like it's an actual at the podium.
Like they do in spring training.
Yeah.
Or
it was,
Little League.
It was horrible.
They've done that in college baseball too, though. I've seen.
Normally it's between innings though. It's not.
Well,
like
yeah,
during the
sometimes
game.
it drags
I mean,
in
you're
the game.
a big league manager. You got so much on your mind. The last thing I want to do is do an interview.
Correct.
I don't know what Kapler has on his mind.
I don't know.
It's
Nothing?
probably never.
Lot of air?
I'm not going there.
Did you guys see the throw? Yes. Did you see the? It looked like literally the
Dickerson?
center fielder or the right fielder threw it over Crawford. Then it went
Oh,
to the
geez.
dugout. The catcher and pitcher both went for the ball and left home plate open.
Their
Run
defense
scores.
is terrible.
I was like,
Bad News Bears. It was awesome.
I mean, this is what our game's coming to.
So bad.
Especially for guys that played at a high level. It's hard to watch. Like, this is ridiculous.
Analytics, bro.
Yeah, the shift's got to go.
I've been seeing it every game I've watched. I've seen the shift. Literally, just a ball scorched right at somebody where they should not be, and it's an out. I don't know how I would feel about it. I would probably lose my mind.
Belt almost took the pitcher's head off, and Trevor Story caught it behind second base, a foot off the ground.
Yeah, I saw another
That's a
one.
base hit.
Just dude hit
Nah,
him.
Bell
It was
can't
I think it was Stanton. Just hit a missile right behind set. I mean, right up.
Tanaka got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah.
one.
That's not that one. And it was the guy was just standing behind second base and just a little flip. And I'm like, you can't hit a ball harder than that.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Belt or whoever, I'm slapping a drag down third base
Why
and
not?
getting that double.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you not?
Fuck it.
It blows me away.
Because everybody hits home runs now.
Not me. Give me that double.
The ball is juiced.
The ball is juiced.
If you bunt
Doesn't
it,
that
it might
you
go to
get
left
that
field.
double on a drag bunt? That still helps your slugging percentage, right?
Heck yeah.
Scoring position.
And your average.
Well, I was watching, I think it was San Diego. I don't remember who they were playing. And this lefty hit a 3-run bomb his last at bat. And then he took one with him for a base hit. Put one down.
Profar.
I forget who it was.
I'm telling you.
Jerickson.
Jerickson Profar.
What, for the Padres?
Yes.
Yeah. He's with the Padres.
Yeah. It was,
Former A's.
It was the Giants. I think they were playing the Giants. I don't remember.
It was him.
It was a base hit. So, yeah, exactly. Why not?
I would. If it's there, you got plenty of time to practice all that stuff. Why are you not?
I showed bunt every at bat.
Hey, if you get on, you get on.
And then, Lap, you have the new extra inning rule that we've seen.
I watched the Giants with that one the other day, and it just blew up.
The one at Chad, it was last week. It was the Astros.
Astros Dodgers, and they were going back and forth, and the Dodgers went up.
Baker didn't bunt.
No, the Astros came up, hit a home run to tie it, and then they had first and second no outs, and they went 1, 2, 3. Didn't bunt him.
No bunt.
No
this
bunt.
is extra inning.
Extra inning. It was the 11th inning, and they didn't bunt. And I'm just like, I don't. You're trying to win. You only have a 60-game season. First of all, you have to win every game. You're trying to win, and you're playing the Dodgers that just made you look like a little kid the day before. You got to beat them, know. And they didn't bunt at all. And it was a no-name guy. It was a guy that I've never even heard of. I mean, I don't know. It's just. And then what? The Royals won without even an at bat, an official at bat.
Yeah.
It was
With all
a
walks.
guy on second base,
Sack.
fly, walk, and got thrown out stealing second. So he's like, not even an official at bat won a game for the Royals.
All this stuff makes me not want to watch baseball too. Like it's all been building for me. It's just like the whole deal is an easy out for me to just leave the whole season and not watch it. I don't need it.
Yeah, but those rules were going to be in regardless.
I
right?
know, that's what I'm trying to say. Last year they were implementing it in the minor leagues and doing all this stupid crap, and you just know it's only a matter of time before they move the pitcher's mound back and before they come up with a bunch of other stupid rules that they're going to put in. And I'm just like,
I hate the 3 batter rule.
that too.
I hate it.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I do. The only thing I do agree with is the DH.
I don't care about that one.
Yeah.
Mad Bum.
I mean,
Who wants
Mad
to
Bum
watch
can't
it?
hit balls no more. I like watching Mad Bum hit.
But he doesn't play for the Giants.
That's fine.
And
Why do-
every fifth
But
day
the
I'm a
Diamondbacks
Bumgarner
could
fan.
DH him.
Yeah, I'll root for Madison Bumgarner over the Giants every single
Every time.
I will too.
Every time.
Yeah.
They should have paid him.
They should have.
Yeah.
I think I'm just
But I mean,
going-
he could DH though. I mean, if you really think he could DH, I mean, it's not like, I mean, Shohei does it.
It's way
Yeah, have you
more,
seen his pitching though?
It's way more interesting to watch the differences in like the World Series. I think
yeah.
it's worth it to me just to have the no DH for that and only that.
No, not worth it.
It's such a strategic kind of.
The Giants are putting Hunter Pence out as their designated hitter.
Oh,
That's,
He was 0 for 23 to start off the season.
I mean,
that-
come on.
That's not his fault.
No, you're right. But I don't need to see him do his high socks and a 57
pants.
hopper get thrown out at first base.
He's wearing spandex
Shorts,
shorts.
football
Jeez.
pants. So.
And I like Hunter Pence,
Let's
don't
not
get me
forget,
wrong.
he
But
was an All-Star last year too. That's the
Right.
crazy part.
He had
After-
a really good year until he got hurt.
Yeah.
after having a down year with the Giants, that's why he went back to the Rangers. Had to go to Japan, or where did he go?
Well, he went to the Rangers in a ballpark.
Like
that,
you
you
hit
know.
it's hard to keep the ball in that park.
I hope he's not listening to this because I don't want to talk shit on him. I mean, crap. I hope he is listening. Actually, the more listeners,
Your
the better.
biggest fan?
By the way,
Talk to me.
you looked at me and said, "Thank you for," and then went, and you only went to them. I'm not on social media. I'm off social media.
I know, that's-
Let's throw that out there. I got off in February, and it's the best decision I ever made.
Well, thanks for not sharing on your.
Hey, I tell people all the time to listen. Hit or die.
Calm down.
Have another beer.
Calm
That's
down.
not beer.
Yeah, I've heard
Have
nothing.
another juice. Have another juicy.
There it is.
Everybody's saying, even on the broadcast, like these rules suck.
Yeah.
Like they're done with the extra inning. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Manfred, stay hot.
Yeah, let's. Well, then let's get into Joe Kelly.
Yeah, and we'll be we're the last ones to probably talk about this. Obviously, it's a week ago, but you guys we've all seen he got 8 games, which was a joke.
So he was effectively wild. 3-0, threw behind Bregman. Obviously, it was intentional. Anybody that's played the game knows it's 3-0. Probably doesn't even give a crap. Just threw behind him, whatever. And then, like 2 batters later, he's facing Correa and lets a slider get away.
That
And
was
it
a slider.
goes over his head. So, Correa's mad, looks in the dugout, blah, blah, blah. And then he strikes him out on another slider. And Correa looks at him, and Joe Kelly, he's got some balls, gives him a little pouty face and, tells him, you can't swing it if not knowing or something. And then they, have dugouts clear or whatever. But Joe Kelly didn't hit anybody. He didn't get tossed from the game.
No.
So nobody thought anything was wrong with what happened. And then Manfred gives him an 8-game suspension, plus Roberts a 1-game suspension. And then, Baker got fine money. Like, there's never should have been any of that. Like,
None of it.
nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. But then if you go into it, it's like,
You shouldn't throw it. You shouldn't be thrown in anybody's head. I mean,
I don't agree with that.
But that's hard to prove that he ever did. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
it's
That goes with
Unless
their-
somebody
hard to
says
prove
I
he
was
did it
throwing at it.
intentionally. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you watch
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the ball was,
I know, but unless I say I threw at his head, he can deny. You don't know if he really did.
and my thing with it is, why didn't they police it in spring training when Altuve and Breck, they were getting hit every day in spring training? Nobody ever said anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the biggest question, and I'm not a Dodgers fan by any means, and all you Dodger fans out there are so happy that Joe Kelly did that. You still lost 2 from the Giants, so to the single A Giants, by the way.
And let's be honest, too.
No-name Giants.
they released McCarthy.
You were going. I hope the Astros.
Isn't that his name?
I love that. I hope the
That
Astros.
Joe McCarthy, number 70, the right fielder.
I actually hope the Astros win it all just to prove that they're good, because they are good. They do have good players, but they didn't get anything done to them.
This guy is just a walking mess.
Manfred didn't do any punishment.
It's the ginger. It's just a weird ginger thing.
no. You know what's crazy? 8 games is crazy.
Yeah, that's
It's
ridiculous.
equivalent to 22.
Yeah, for a reliever,
Well,
like you
you
give
for nothing.
You give 6
For
or
nothing.
7 games to a starter to like make him miss 2 starts or whatever. But now he can't pitch for 8 days.
Yeah.
To a team that, and granted, you think what you want about the Astros is that they did cheat and nothing happened.
They
Yeah,
did?
and I said that.
And so that's, that's where people
They
are.
cheated?
I don't think they did, but
How so? Like, I still don't understand.
I'm not
this.
getting into this.
I don't get it. I still don't understand.
Those are my favorite episodes.
how
I'll
you
have to
could say they don't. They didn't cheat. I don't.
I don't think they cheated in the World Series.
You use the tools
I
you
think
have.
they did.
I mean,
I'm watching some of those classic games. Oh, geez.
Altuve was sitting on that
When they're
slider.
just sitting.
I was sitting on the slider. How many times do we have to argue this? I was sitting on the curveball Judge hit the other day. I texted you right after I said,
Yeah,
hey.
right after.
Oh, now you're going to go again?
No, the thing about Joe Kelly though, he reminded me of that college player in the World Series.
Yeah, from
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah. I'm like, and they looked like dead on.
Yeah,
Like they
no.
look alike. But I'm like, what a fucking pansy.
Good thing we're not editing.
It's fine. He can say whatever. You can say whatever you want on here.
Yeah.
Put that E next to it.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't think he should have been punished.
Yeah, but it goes with the new rules or whatever, right? You can't argue any calls. You can't.
Is that a rule?
Yeah, you can't argue. There's no arguing. If you go to argue a call with an
You're thrown out
umpire,
of the
you're
game.
thrown out of the game.
That's ridiculous.
And you got to put your mask on before you approach.
Oh, I
him.
saw that. It was
The umpire had a mask in his back pocket.
the umpire and the manager, and I don't remember what team it was, had a little.
These
was
I guess,
Girardi.
I guess
Was
not.
it?
I thought
Joe
these
Girardi, I think.
they're getting tested, but all of a sudden, the Marlins had 13 cases.
17
Oh, geez.
Well, and the Cardinals just
13.
had 14,
or
wasn't it?
14.
Something.
I don't know. It was the teens.
It was 14. Darn it.
Call up Brink. Bring him up.
Yeah,
Anyways,
bring up
Dylan Lee.
for the Marlins.
Let's get these guys up there. Yeah, I don't know. Between the rules and the cardboard cutouts and Joe Kelly's 8 games and the Giants putting out a little league team, I don't know.
and they're winning.
And they're winning.
Did you see?
Hey, they won it.
Speaking of cardboard cutouts, you see what the NBA does?
Yeah, the virtual.
The virtual fans.
I think you're going to do that with baseball too.
They've
Wow.
done that. They've put digital.
Well, no, these are actual real
These are
fans
actual
Oh,
fans.
no.
They're
on
real.
the computer.
You
At
mean
one
on
end of the
the-
court.
on the
Do you have to pay for
broadcast?
that?
I don't know.
So when you're watching the game on TV, at one end of the court, it's like a screen, and it has boxes for real people, like from their computer, like almost like Zoom.
Yeah.
It's
they can
pretty
watch
cool
the
though
game.
because you do see the actual reactions. You can't hear anything. I think they're still streaming the noise. But I don't know if you're
How
going to
much
pay
does
for
that
it.
get?
Right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
how much
Yeah,
is-
I think you have to pay for it. Do you get the same seat though? Like, are
Probably
you looking at?
2,000 a minute.
Do you have they don't have the virtual reality mask on?
And I saw hockey's the same. Did they do a bubble with hockey?
I didn't even know hockey was starting
think they
until
did.
they said. I think it was yesterday where they said that they're starting back up.
The Sharks suck.
So do the Warriors.
Oh no, I'm a Sharks fan.
I know.
That's another reason I'm not watching basketball. The Warriors aren't even playing.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Did they play this year?
They only took 22 teams. They didn't take
Yeah.
all 30 to the
No.
bubble.
And
So like the bottom
9, 10 teams get to go because they're fighting for that 8th spot to start the playoffs.
yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I was watching it last night. I don't know why. I don't.
It makes you wonder what the NFL and college football is going to do because those guys. I mean,
Can't wait to
they're
not watch those.
They're so big. Like it,
Well, I don't think the Mountain West is playing.
I saw the ACC or as of now they're going like a 10-game schedule, a league schedule.
Yeah,
Notre
conference
Dame
only.
joined it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
But Fresno State hasn't even said anything. And if there's no football, what's that mean for all the other sports?
I don't know if they've said no football.
No, I'm just saying. If I said if there's no football,
Who knows?
Well, no, soon because I mean, when do they usually start? Like
they
end of
should have
September
already
or something?
started. Practice.
I mean,
Yeah.
like games and whatnot.
They start
Yeah.
in August.
September.
I thought.
August,
September,
last
August.
September
week,
normally is when end of August.
End of August.
end of August,
Early September.
because it's always
It's like the last
No.
week of August or first week of September.
Labor Day weekend.
It's the day before dove hunting.
Yeah,
That's
September
those are the
1st. In case you guys don't know,
the NFL.
maybe I'll get
is-
invited this year.
I don't.
I don't hunt, but
The
Look at your
NFL is
license.
the one that I was curious about, just because it's so big. I mean, the amount of money it generates. I don't know.
They had a good recruiting class too.
I'll tell you what,
It seemed like it.
I'm gonna start watching the XFL now that the rock bottom.
are they still
Yeah,
playing?
I'm down.
No, but The Rock has a group that purchased it.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
he's in.
and then I saw that the MLB canceled the Field of Dreams game,
Oh, they did.
but not for the pandemic reason.
Why? The field's ready.
I don't know.
Well, this would have been the first year, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that doesn't make any sense.
They did. I remember we were talking about that. I didn't know what they were going to do. And I finally saw the plans. And
They built it next to it.
Yeah, next to it.
Next to it.
I think it's the whole contradiction of if you build it, they'll come.
So they ain't coming this year.
ain't nobody gonna be there.
Not this year. And then the last week, well, with MLB, you had Aaron Judge, what, 7 jacks, 6 jacks?
6 jacks in 5 games. 5 games
Just
in a
went
row.
crazy.
That's it.
Stud.
And what was D-Rose saying about him? DeRosa?
He said he's the face of the MLB.
Who's Aaron Judge?
So we were talking, who is the face of the MLB right now? Is it Trout still?
Joe Kelly.
No, that's the face of the Dodgers.
It kind of
COVID-19.
has to be Trout, right?
Yeah.
I think it does.
I don't know.
You
how
think so?
How can you not? What has he done to not? I mean, besides get hurt at the end of last year. I mean,
He's the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
By far.
I think right now, though,
Not even close.
I think it's Joe McCarthy,
not-
number 70 for the San Francisco Giants.
Yes.
I'm not saying Judge isn't a beast. I mean, he's a beast. But you have to, unseat the king, right? I don't think he's
everyone knew Barry Bonds was the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
Trout's
Trout is.
he's basically a 40, well, I guess 40, he used to be a 40-40 type player. Now he's like a 40-20 type player, I guess. But
Nobody steals bases
Yeah,
anymore.
which
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
I don't know.
nobody goes on a ball in the dirt.
yeah,
No.
No, yeah, we saw that with Fletcher on first the other day.
And he can steal bases.
Does
that's
Harper
what I-
still play?
who
Bryce Harper? Is he still in the league?
Yeah.
was it? Bryce or Brad? I can't.
Do not.
Him and Strickland are in the same division, by the way.
Pedrozo is
we didn't
never going to
What
be
about- what
on a
about,
live podcast again.
Drozo.
Well,
ever
Mookie makes the most money after Trout now.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he's
got
a
hurt.
star. He's a beast as well. It's I
Yeah,
mean,
but they're not even leading the division.
No, the Rockies. I'll
See-
tell you what, the Rockies are gonna be good because they always fizzle out because of all the runs that they play with. The high scoring games.
Right.
If you only got to play 60 games, they might be someone to mess with.
And their staff's been pretty good even at home so far. I mean, Freeland's done pretty well.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, in that lineup.
And the Padres, man.
yeah. Padres look good.
the NL West is pretty good.
Yeah, the West is the best besides the Giants. They suck.
The Padres, can we refer to them as San Diego because their nickname offends me? Being Catholic, it offends me. Anyway.
Don't
Ever.
ever, I'm going to underline ever, invite Drozo again. Okay.
No, it's great. It's another perspective.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say, Washington?
Yeah, the football team, the Washington Redskins,
What are they?
is just the Washington football team.
They're just Washington.
is it really?
The
Yeah,
Rocks.
true?
The Rock said the name of the Washington Ballers.
Something.
Because of his HBO show.
And it's not even
It's a good
bad.
show.
I mean, it's not even bad.
I need to watch
Washington football team, whatever. I don't care.
Well, I was telling you that they got a hard time for being
The
the
Redskins.
Redskins.
Now
Now
they're
they're
getting
getting a hard time
for
because
not
they
having-
they don't have a name.
Doesn't
anymore.
that show you how
Can't catch a
unimportant
break.
it all is in the first
Yes.
place?
Exactly.
Correct.
Like what? They took a countrywide poll, didn't they, of who was actually offended by the Redskin name or I don't know. It's
Well,
just,
Cleveland's talking about changing their name.
Yeah, the Indians.
I mean, that's offensive
Oh, I
right
thought you meant the
there.
Browns.
I thought I saw they didn't wear their Indians.
They stopped doing that a couple
jersey.
years.
The
Oh,
top. This-
what do you mean?
Like last week, they didn't wear their
where it says Indians?
yeah,
I
What
didn't
they
know.
wear? Just the Cleveland?
yeah,
Cleveland
their
Rocks.
alternate.
That wouldn't be far fetched though.
Now that's offensive because they're not Indian, they're Native American or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't even-
Indigenous people. I don't know what we're supposed to call them. I'm not going into that. Sorry.
I would be proud to have a major league team or a professional team.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who looks at it as a negative?
Well, I don't know. Don't know if those are endearing terms. It's
Well, the I don't want to get into this, but
then don't
it's,
get into
it's
it.
just going off of saying like you don't
Isn't
for
Fresno
one.
High being talked about changing theirs as well?
Yeah, from the
Warriors?
Warriors, or at least the Warrior head
Yeah.
is what they're trying to change.
My elementary had to change our name from Trojans because of condoms.
What? Did you go to Gibson?
Yeah.
What were Gibson? What?
But I'm not invited.
What are they now?
The
Gibson
Knights,
condoms.
they were the Trojans. We can
So
delete
what are
that.
they now? No, that's funny. What are they now?
The Knights.
The
Because they're
Knights.
right next to Bullard.
Yeah,
okay.
we share the same
And no, you're not invited. Yes, exactly. You're not invited.
Yeah, we played softball on the varsity field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if those are like slang terms that are.
That's the thing. Because you wouldn't
They're
say
not the proper names. I mean,
Right.
I get it. I'm not.
no, and I get it too. I don't know because that's not my people. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like why now is this all? I mean,
Well, yeah. If it's offensive now, it wasn't offensive the last 100 years of the school.
They've been going after the Redskins name for some time.
They have on that one. That's why they changed all the high school names.
I know. Didn't Chalchilla change theirs?
Chowchilla, Tulare, Gustine. All of them that's had Redskins, they had to change.
Yeah. And then getting out of the MLB, just some high school stuff that's gone on. And I know you
This
guys.
is why we wanted Andy to be here.
Yeah, this is where Andy would have been fun to talk to on.
But we have all athletes that played multiple sports.
I just feel bad for them though. Like
Andy?
seniors.
It's going to be worse. It's just going to get worse too.
Well, now you think like, okay, you weren't football, but football guys, your playoffs, you're going to miss 4 weeks of baseball.
Oh yeah.
But are coaches going to be allowed to be like, okay, Jacques, I know you. I know you. Jacques will just be at the games. I know that.
practice? We're talking about practice.
So I know what
Not
you're
the game
gonna
I
be.
love. We're talking about practice.
But are coaches going to be okay with that? Like, are you going to be okay with your
Yeah.
starting safety and quarterback in the playoffs and not being at practice?
No.
What was new?
Yeah,
No, but I'm saying-
I don't think you're going to have a
We
choice.
had a game this year. Where did we play? Anyways, the starting second baseman was supposed to play in the playoff basketball game that night, slid into second base and his ankle. So now that's what you're looking at for sports and playoffs.
Well, at least he was
I
playing.
mean,
though.
he's playing.
No, he
But
was playing.
Basketball,
Yeah.
basketball and
Injuries
baseball
happen, but-
are now the same.
Yeah, they're going to be played at the same time.
That's impossible.
So they're starting in
Is it
January.
though?
Well,
I mean, I'm playing both somehow.
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm saying. It's not impossible, but
Friday night.
I mean,
For football.
you're just not gonna have guys practice now. That's pretty much what it is. And coaches are gonna have to be okay with that.
it's all 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Are they going to move?
what it is.
Are they going to move game days?
To let them do
Saturday.
both.
Yeah. Like, are you going to play baseball on Saturdays now? Like,
Well, I mean, baseball you can still do day games.
Oh my God! I'm trying to play a game after a football game on Saturday.
well, football. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's really.
They
gonna
won't
run.
cross.
Football,
It'll be
football depends on
basketball.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basketball is going to be more of an issue running with baseball.
Well, here's the other thing from my perspective.
How are you
Officials.
going to coach and
No,
ref back?
Well, no, a
wouldn't be-
lot of
Tyler's
refs.
just going to have to fire you.
Well, a lot of
Right.
basketball refs do baseball umpiring or
Well,
Yeah,
a,
no,
lot,
that's-
a lot of officials do all the sports.
Yeah.
They do 3 sports. So how are you going to be able to accommodate? And I don't think any officials except for Brink listen to this, but I don't necessarily think all the supervisors get along to be able to share officials. You know what I mean?
Bobby Kahn does. He's not an active official anymore, but
But that's just what I'm saying, you know, because you got some guys that do, or a lot of them do football, basketball, baseball, or whatever other
Some do
sports.
soccer, too.
Some do soccer.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna try. Now you're fighting for officials and officials, which is I think is stupid. They want more money, which is I mean I'll take it, but I think it's dumb. It's high school sports. But how are you gonna pay for all these? Or now you're gonna get a Joe Schmo off the street to come and do a game?
I'll ref a few games.
well, and that's
there's Joe Schmoes out there already.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
It could be worse.
what do you to combat that? Do you? I don't want to say like eliminate, but do you? I guess you'd have to. Do you eliminate JV and Frosh games? I mean,
I
you're
don't
gonna have
think
to
JV.
make.
I don't
you're gonna
think
have to make
JV.
room.
They're already moving against freshman sports, anyways.
I mean, we're our freshman team has played like 10 to 15 games the last couple, and they've played the same teams
Right. Because they're
multiple
playing
times.
us.
Right?
Yeah, but if
3
you
or
do
4
JV
times.
and varsity, you can't have them play at the same time.
No,
No, you'd have them.
But then
To- and I'm-
basketball's at the same time.
I'm just
Right.
talking about as far as officials go.
So you're gonna have
Yeah.
to work.
do you cut the
For this
lower
year, you
levels?
probably do.
Yeah, I mean, just
well, then you're looking at middle school too.
and how do you do that in football? How do you build a program in any sport really? And I mean, not saying they don't practice, they don't compete,
No,
maybe
right.
inter squad or maybe Madera
And you
plays
can
Madera
still-
South
yeah,
with the
you
coach
can still
behind the
inter
mound,
squad.
but with an actually officiated game, maybe you have the coaches officiate the ref or
For the lower levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just go behind the mound and that is what it is. Yeah, everybody. If you want to play, there's got to be some give and take because you're right. There's not going to be enough officials.
You have, to
There's-
have, you have to have an honest coach for that.
Jacob Saldati
Yeah.
just said that I was right. Add that one on the list.
Because my strike zone would be like this
Do
big against
not.
my opponent.
Do not. I'm writing it in Spanish now. Do not.
No, that's not how you say it.
I don't know what it in Spanish. Yeah, that's going to be a big issue. And then I also heard too. They're through the grapevine that the CIF is looking at possibly how they do playoffs, restructuring based on a lot focusing on schedule.
Yeah.
So
Wins and losses.
you could be a school with 2,000 kids with a soft schedule and play Division III.
Well,
Yeah.
who would? I mean, look at the CMAC. You're just in football alone. You got all around. You got Edison, Bullard, powerhouses, and Memorial.
Right, so if they take schedule and record into account, and Madera's in the CMAC, they might play Division IV football.
Correct. They may not win They may not win a league game.
And we never got to a question.
And
but
Sanger.
the baseball
Sanger too, yeah.
baseball coach at Riverdale High School sent us a message a while ago wanting to know what are our opinions of these 2,000 plus programs playing in lower divisions. Well, now that's going to be a reality, and I don't know how I feel about that because we're 2,000, but athletic wise, we're not a lot of athletes.
Well, I don't even know where we're at. Can I say where I'm at Fresno High? But yeah, we don't have athletes. I mean, we have athletes, but they're not coming out. Kids aren't coming out to play. So now you're pulling kids from multiple sports, and are they going to be able to play? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I think the officials thing is a good debate too.
It's not going to be normal, and that's what it's going to come down to is it even worth it?
It's going to be the new normal.
But we have heard nothing. There's been this is the first time this conversation I've had with anybody.
Yeah, we haven't seen
when it
anything.
even comes down with officials. So
Because
are they even talking about it?
Nobody knows what's going on.
No one knows what's going on. But like I said, they just
So it's January. That's even just proposed, right? It's not even we might just bang sports again.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I said that's what I've been saying, especially for the Valley, because it's expensive. It's a large expense. You got to pay for your officials, your coaches, travel. Like that's one thing you can cut instantly and save some money.
Well, and I think more importantly too, you get to focus on the kids in school.
Right.
They're not even in class.
No.
And we're talking about sports.
That's going to be a whole other debacle.
And you're gonna have parents having to stay home with their kids. Like,
Well, that puts a my
how are they
kids-
even gonna get to games?
Fortunately, my kids aren't there yet, but there's parents, they need to work. And some parents are still working, and now they're supposed to have their kids at home. They can't go to school.
I don't know how.
So how are they supposed to make money? And you know what I mean? It's making everything bad, and it's not worth what's even happening right now.
And I've seen Pagny's taking some serious heat on Twitter for speaking his opinion, and believe him or not, there's just some people out there that they don't want to have it. They don't care about sports.
Right.
So, you might be right. Maybe they do run it back and say, screw it. We're just going to 2021, you're done.
That's I honestly think that's what it's going to go to. But I get told by coaches all the time that's not going to happen.
That's just because it's hope.
Yeah, they're hoping for that.
Right.
Well, you talk about the expense. I mean, you're going to have to pay your coaches.
I just don't see if we're trying to stop the virus from spreading or whatever. How many football guys are there on a high school team? I don't even know.
We had
40?
21 to end the season last year at Fresno.
I would assume 40, 50
and I think
guys?
McLean had 19.
At least.
Right, and they're not taking the same precautions that these major,
And they don't have the same resources.
Yeah, so I just don't see there. I think a kid in Madera just got the virus. Right? Did anybody hear about that?
Yeah, I think it's
on
a
the football team.
Football player. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's multiple, but
I just saw a story of one kid.
yeah, it might be one.
No symptoms mentioned or anything like that. So he's probably asymptomatic and whatever. But if we're not going to school, why are we playing sports? I don't get I don't know. Not to say that I don't want sports to be played, but the inconsistency doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then you got the CDC and the WHO coming out and saying that kids need to be in school and it's better for their mental health and all this, but we can't do it yet.
I mean, I agree with that.
Well, I do too, and
I do too.
The age brackets of the virus being effective on people, like the kids aren't really affected by it.
I mean, there's a lot of evidence that suggests that the virus stops with kids. So
Yeah, but it doesn't discriminate, and it hasn't discriminated with age. And our program has dealt with certain things recently, and I've seen people my age get it. So now you're talking about how it's going to affect teachers.
Well, that's
faculty.
That's the big thing. Is teachers, like, I want to go back, but what happens if I get it? Which I think I had it in December. But what happens if I get it, and then now I'm out 4 days on top of my quarantining? That's 14 days. How are you gonna supplement or get a subs in? If multiple teachers get it, we don't have that many subs.
Well, and if faculty are getting it, how many teachers be like, you know what? I'm staying home.
No,
Well,
right.
I just read something in Georgia. Georgia, like the biggest school district in Georgia, allowed them to go back, and like after day, don't quote me, day 1 or a week, 260, and this was the full district, 260 teachers left or got virus or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
260 employees.
Which virus are we talking about?
Got virus. That's
Got virus. You make that shirt.
got
make
COVID.
Millions.
I don't know. I just
Got virus.
I don't know. You just have dumb people out doing whatever they want to do, and we can't even have kids just go back to school.
there's no right. It's unprecedented what we're going through, I guess. So
Yeah, so
nobody knows what it is.
Listen, I want school to be open. I want kids playing sports again. I want all that too. But it's unprecedented. We don't know exactly what we're dealing with. There's a lot of people out there that toss the election out there and it being political. I'm not the person to say it is or isn't. What I do know, I do know is that it has affected people, and so I don't want to downplay it. And I think we should just end it. We should end that discussion.
Yeah, let's move on.
that.
Let's not go into politics.
Yeah. With the youth baseball, though, again, another source is saying that travel ball is
Being
allowed during your season of sport.
That's dumb.
So in other words, if during baseball season you will be able to play baseball and travel ball at the same time.
That is 100% hurting the kid.
And
Period.
the team. And the
It's
team.
gonna ruin
The team,
high
yeah.
school sports,
But I'm
or at
saying-
least baseball or softball, these club sports, volleyball.
Well, Legion was always
Right.
ruined when we were playing because everyone was doing travel ball. Legion was fun.
But all the travel balls.
and it was
when
with
you're
your
high
it was
school,
with your team.
Yeah.
Legion was fun. I enjoyed Legion.
But that was another sense of pride.
Or
Legion.
senior Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
No. Our team, my team growing up, we were good. We could have gone to the World Series probably every year. And then senior Babe Ruth were like, oh, this is going to be it. Folded. And so people were doing, travel ball.
But that was also, the head coach ran the team. So as a incoming sophomore, I got to play for the varsity coach, even though I was going to be on JV.
Yeah.
So he got to see me play.
Yeah, so Legion was on, or senior Babe Ruth was on Saturday and Legion was on Sunday. You played 4 games on the weekend.
Right.
It's completely different now, though, right? I mean, we're talking about
There
travel
is-
teams
there-
with coaches that
it's-
have no affiliation to
Right.
any high school necessarily.
Well, I had an argument with a travel ball person that he had a video of a kid and he said, this kid's, deserves this, blah, 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 and then tagged themselves, that program. And I just went on there and I said, I knew what high school he was from. And I said, what high school is he from? ? It would be nice to not just give yourself all the credit. And he came back saying that they do give credit to the high schools. And I said, you still haven't said where he's from. This is like 2 tweets later. And so then he said the coach. We have a good relationship with the coach, said the coach's name or whatever. And I'm just like, travel ball, blah. And he said, we don't consider ourselves travel ball. We don't like that connotation. We develop kids for the next level. And it's like, I wanted to go back on there, and Jake told me I should stop. But he said I wanted to go on there and be like, "Oh, I wanted to be like, oh, what school are you guys? I want to send my kid there. You know, like if you're not a travel ball team, then you have to be a school. Like if you're not a school, you're travel ball.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't say you're not when you are. People are paying money to play on your team to travel and play baseball.
Yeah, but
And don't tell me you're getting kids ready for the next level when you don't have them every day. Like
they're going to go with like the AAU because AAU is not considered travel ball.
What is it?
It's travel ball.
What is it considered?
I don't know. They just say this is AAU. They never say like baseball. We say travel baseball.
All right. It doesn't
Right?
have a fancy name for it. That's
Right.
what you're saying. Okay.
Exactly. So now next thing you
well,
know,
you don't want to call it travel ball
my
because
thing-
you don't want to be traveling.
Here's my.
I don't even need my whistle.
Is if
I thought that was fucking whistle.
it is what it is what it is, right? It's travel ball. I mean,
It is travel ball.
Yeah.
If you're not playing for a school,
Well, my thing is
It's travel ball.
so then where's your stadium? Where do you play home games?
Whatever high school allows you to play there.
Oh, so you don't have a home field?
Does anybody know the reasoning behind it?
I have no idea. I don't even know if it's true. I just got told this.
I mean, the only thing that I could
I should have looked it up. It was
If CIF, we have our dead days, right? Because it's for the kids. There's no way they're going to allow that to happen.
It's just what I heard, that it's just passed, like this has just happened.
the only positive that I
If
would
anybody's out there that does listen and knows, let us know if I'm completely
the
wrong.
200,000.
200,000.
I want to hear what that was going to say.
no, just the only reason I think it's even any value whatsoever is for the kids to be seen. The guys that might not get the same amount of eyes on them this year because of all the stuff that's happening. That's the only positive that I see.
But our
then
scouts
that's
allowed
what I'm
to
saying.
go.
Okay, but if I'm the ace on Madera Coyotes and I'm going Friday night, how am I supposed to pitch Saturday for my travel team?
Correct.
You hit
Sack up,
dingers.
What's that?
You hit dingers on your travel team.
Yeah, you don't pitch.
You don't pitch.
Oh, and then I had a basketball game Thursday night.
Completely different sport.
How is this? This is just. There's no way. It can't be true.
I mean,
I'm under the assumption that it is, but it can't be.
we used to do that in summer. Like I didn't pitch, but I mean I played obviously in the outfield. But Andy and Gary, they would pitch, 7 innings and then go play basketball the next day. So it's doable, and I mean for me,
I think that is for different sports.
That's a different sport, not same sport.
yeah. He was bringing up and then go play basketball game. That's
Well, yeah.
That's
No, I'm saying if
doable.
you played basketball Thursday, then Friday night you had a baseball game, and then
Yeah.
sounds like a great
I-
week
you've
to
got.
me.
I'm just saying.
I think you'd still be okay.
I think
These travel ball
I played
teams-
for two
But
teams
you're
during the summer.
looking at a small portion, though, I think, of kids
Probably
that do that.
I'm just talking about the reasoning behind it. That's the only thing that would make any sense to me as far as why you're having travel ball allowed during the season.
Travel ball
I mean,
for
during the
your sport.
during the
So,
season,
like baseball, yeah.
Yeah, because there is an abbreviated season, right? I mean, isn't that a given right now?
I don't. I just think during the high school season, I'm 100% against it.
I'm
Summer,
with you.
summer you could do Legion and play for another team.
Do they still do Legion?
I don't think so.
Oh,
It's cut?
dinosaur.
You
Pretty
just
much
do
got
your
cut.
do your high
You have
school
your
summer
summer
ball.
ball.
program. It's
If you
a
have one.
month
Yeah,
at the most, and then kids go play travel ball till December.
Well, and that's the thing too is like what Droz just said earlier. Are scouts and recruiters even there? Because we know colleges can't see you right now.
Well, and they're playing, they're playing games too.
Who is?
Oh, are you talking about right now?
talking about now.
No, yeah,
Like,
no, they're
how
not.
about, how about the whole college situation and the logjam of all the players that are getting
If
scholarships?
there is no
rescinded and
athletics this year, it's going to be.
It's going to be
even
chaos.
worse.
I know.
Yeah, there's you have
What
the
is-
incoming class plus the class that didn't graduate.
Yeah.
or gets
What
another
is
year.
Hey, Jacques, you might be able to go back to college, bro. Right? You got some eligibility.
Oh man,
What do the 2-year colleges do? The city colleges? With
That's
kids,
where that's
Cut
where they're all
guys,
gonna.
you're just going to have to cut guys
with
loose.
I mean,
Or you post a video of you hitting one ball and say uncommitted.
yeah, I see that. Right
I'm
here.
expecting city colleges to just flourish.
yeah, I had to
No,
crush.
I get that, but I'm saying last year. So last
All
year's
those
season,
freshmen are still freshmen.
They're still freshmen, so they don't play next year. So
but some of those freshmen got picked off to 4-year colleges, never even played JC.
And
Yeah.
a bunch of good players that would normally go to D1s aren't going to get scholarships, and they're going to have to go somewhere. So these city colleges are going to be
Welcome.
Which
It's
is the
gonna
cool
be,
thing
It's going
would
to be
be-
right where it should be. All the
welcome-
bad players are not playing baseball anymore.
Welcome to 2002.
But you can get
No
your
scholarships
Well, and
available.
that's true.
this year, last year, this year, you can get your units
Been saturated.
and then still have 4 years of eligibility
Yeah.
and play 2 years and
It's-
not even what you have to take the
So
minimum or how does that work?
You have freshmen taking graduate
get your
classes.
master.
right?
Yeah, get your masters.
I mean,
I got 4 years of eligibility. I got 2
my
master's degrees,
doctorate.
and
that's what I would have done.
Just
I'm
yeah.
27.
Hitting the gym.
It's what's gonna happen, guys.
It's like the Mormons coming back from their
Their trips.
their trips.
A lot of people go to school for 7 years.
We need Andy. What's it called?
Andy never went on a mission though.
No, it was
a
mission, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Idaho. There's a
Oh.
bunch of guys that came back for their mission.
Yeah.
Don't tell Pappy this, but Andy's is my new favorite episode.
Hey, Pappy.
It was a good one.
Sorry, Pappy. I'll listen to yours any day of the week. Just
Droz.
Andy's was a good episode, and it took
Pappy
a
had
lot
it?
for him to do that.
Oh yeah. He
Jason-
was not, that
Jason
was not
had
his
one?
comfort zone.
Yeah, he's been on 3 times.
Who?
He's been on more. He was on more than me.
He's only been live with us once, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zoom twice. Called once.
Not going to throw him under the bus for why, but it was only once live. And yes, Andy's
We're all
was
married. We're all married. We know.
Andy's
Hard
was
to get out there.
was difficult. Yeah, he definitely put himself out.
But it was
there.
really good. And it's helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah, it actually got a good response. I was.
That was good.
I know how much you guys love selfies.
Anything else, boys?
What's your hat?
Loma Brewing
Loma Brewing.
Oh,
Whoa.
by Kevin Euclid. It's his brewing company.
Loma Brew.
I like Barrel House.
Yeah, competition.
Barrel
Well,
House.
if
Brewing.
anybody wants to sponsor episodes, we'll be more than happy to wear their gear or do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep listening. It's been great. Nothing else? You guys are good? Chad? No?
Hit or die.
Episode 68. And then there's some more to come, too. We got some good ones coming up.
Yeah, we got about 5 guests lined up that are pretty good. Some ex-big leaguers.
Something different, too, maybe.
We might even go a
We're
little
gonna change-
pigskin route.
Right, change it up on everybody.
Wait, we can get football in here, but not basketball.
That's
I'm here.
That's a fact.
that's up for debate right now.
I'm glad you're here.
I almost,
So-
Hey, if
I'm
Paul
usually-
George wants to come on the show, we'll get Paul George
Yeah.
on the show.
I'm usually here on my island by myself with the basketball.
We only do big-time guests. So.
You got Andy.
So
yeah, kind of.
thanks
not
for
here to argue.
thanks for coming, Droz.
hey,
I
when
appreciate
you
it.
called and asked, I was like, yes, finally.
I didn't call you.
Well, it's nice to finally get everybody together.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do this for a
Well,
couple weeks, and we don't have
All the
same
other
schedules.
ones you guys have done, I've haven't really followed the COVID guidelines. I've been out and about, so
The golfing.
golfing. I was at Bass Pro Shop that one day.
Yeah, like a dummy.
What?
Nothing.
The reason why we are still in this pandemic.
Yes.
It's all your fault.
Drozo. Nice outfit, by the way. God. Anyway.
Team up.
That's episode 68 of the Hit or Die podcast.
Hit or die.
Hit or die.
Hit or die.
Hit or die.